Hi everybody, today I'm going to be making a homemade pot pie. I'm going to be using the Harvest Provisions fully cooked turkey roast. We have it on catalog right now and it is amazing, so easy to use. It comes already frozen in a bag. All you're going to do is cook it, and you can cook in the bag. And then I sliced it open, and this is what we're going to use today for our turkey pot pie. And I don't know if you can see in the pan, but it's already shredded, has its juice and everything. So in order to make this pot pie, you will need your 2 pie crusts. You'll have a top and a bottom crust, and I'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to tell you is what I'm going to be putting in my pot pie is, besides the turkey, we're going to put in some vegetables. And I just usually go and find whatever I have in the freezer. Today I'm going to be using the Capri and peas. Capri vegetables of Flavor Pack Capri has carrots and zucchini and green beans, and then I also put some peas in there. And then for my potatoes, I usually either use the diced red potatoes, or I had some of the extra mini baby bakers. I had about a half a bag left, about a third of a bag left. So I went ahead and thawed those and then just cut those into halves, and we're going to go ahead and just put that in there too. And like I said, you don't need to make a gravy because this turkey already has its juice. So we're going to go ahead and put that in, and then I'll make up my crust and we'll put it together, and I'll show you how it comes together. Okay, so we have gotten the mix all ready together. I've made 1 crust for a pie base, and I'm going to go ahead and make the second top. Now this is a homemade pie crust that I've made, but you can use store-bought. You can use anything for your pie. You just want to make sure you get it even, and that you have two nice pieces for your pan. And your top one always wants to be your prettiest because it's the one that everyone sees. So some days I'm on and sometimes I'm not for pie crust. So we'll see how this goes. But then you're going to go ahead and just take your pie crust. Now I don't pre-bake it at all. I just put my pie in there and bake it. I suppose that's probably the wrong way to do it, but that's the way I've always done it. But it works for me. So I go ahead and take my filling, and you're just going to fill. And I have enough here for probably 2 of these pies. It's so good. You guys will love this turkey filling. I've been so impressed with it. And it just tastes wonderful. That you don't even need to put any seasoning in there. It's all seasoned. Just put in your veggies and you're good to go. I like to fill my pot pies up kind of full, because when you open them up, I don't like them to be sunk in the middle. So we'll fill that up and put this crust on the top. So, and then you're going to bake it. I usually bake it at about 350, 375, depending on your oven. Bake it until it's just nice and brown, just light golden brown, like a pie crust, and pull it out and serve. Works great. So we'll just put this crust over the top. The biggest thing you want to do on these pie crusts is make sure that you seal the edges. So I usually go around and seal my edges pretty good so that my juice stays in there. Flute the edges however you want to do. And then we'll put it in the oven, and it's probably going to bake for about, I would bet 45 minutes or so, until it's nice and brown, maybe even a little longer, depending on your oven. The other thing I like to do is poke a couple holes in there so that the air can escape, so it doesn't, boil out. But there's our pie. We'll go ahead and put it in the oven. Whoops, got a straggler. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, our pot pie is finished. It baked about 1 hour and 10 minutes at 375. It's nice and steamy hot, so I'm going to just pull it out of this tray. And you can see I baked it with the parchment on the bottom so that it didn't get my pan all dirty. So I would recommend doing that too, because it does kind of leak around the sides. So we'll go ahead and cut it. It's pretty warm. And I would let this sit a few minutes after you first pull it out of the oven, just because it is so hot. We'll just get a cut and then I'll put it on the plate. You can see all the filling inside. This is where you see my skill of pie crust and if it stays all together. Okay, there's our pie. Pull a little of this crust out of there. And there you can see inside, and there's our meat pie. And that held up really well. I didn't put any extra gravy in. It looks great. So go ahead and try this if you have leftover the turkey roast. It's wonderful. I think you're going to love it. Thanks.